Hello everyone, this is a WDHT TV special presentation and we are at the Dearborn Heights Police Department for the new dedication of our Police Chief Dan Voltattorni and a very sorrowful farewell to Chief Lee Gavin. We are going to watch the ceremony and speak with some people once it's completed to get their ideas about the transition and about the new vision for Dearborn Heights. Let's go and watch.
Okay, I would like to welcome and thank everyone for attending today's changing of command ceremony here at the Dearborn Heights Justice Center. We are here to congratulate Chief Lee Gavin on his impending retirement, as well as swear in Daniel Voltattorni as your new Chief of Police for the City of Dearborn Heights. I would like to recognize and thank those in attendance today, Mayor Dan Voltattorni, Councilman Muscat, Councilman Abdallah, Councilman Constance, Councilman Muscat, Councilman Wenzel, and Councilwoman Lisa Hicks Clayton. And then our law enforcement, fire department, rank and file, our 20th District Court personnel, Judge Turfy, Judge Pilecki, thank you for being in attendance, and all our residents and community supporters. At this time, I'd ask you to please stand for the presentation of the colors by the Dearborn Heights Police Honor Guard and National Anthem performed by the Annapolis High School Band. This time I'd ask you to please remain standing by the invocation by Father Buchan.
Let us bow our heads and pray. Almighty God, we pray this day for the men and women of the Dearborn Heights Police Department. Unite them as one in a spirit of service and camaraderie. Sustain them in their good work. Encourage them and grant them safety in every peril. Give them strength for their labors and wisdom equal to every task. As we say farewell to one police chief and greet our new leader, we ask your blessing on each of them. They are both about to take on new responsibilities and opportunities. Those who know them best and love them, pray with us that you will inspire the best that is in them. We who have served and will serve with them, ask your blessings on them, on ourselves, and on our police officers everywhere who risk their lives bringing safety and justice in the days and years ahead. Go with Chief Lee Gavin as he moves to a new position in life. Let his new place of service be a blessing to him in every way. And be with Chief Dan Voltattorni as he assumes command of this great police department. Endow him with every grace of leadership that he will need. Watch over him and his loved ones through all the challenges he will face. And grant him and the Dearborn Heights Police Department success in every good endeavor, so that their work might be accomplished and every member of the department might find satisfaction in the important work they are doing on behalf of our city and our society. And to this we say, amen, amen.
Please be seated. I would now like to introduce Mayor Dan Voltattorni, City of Dearborn Heights.
Thank you. Well, this is a good day, but it's also a sad day. And I say a sad day because Chief Gavin has done a very great job as the chief of this department. His mom and his dad, you did a good job bringing your son up. I mean, he is really a great guy. I want to mention a couple things about him. One is he's a local boy, graduated from Crestwood. He served this department. I think he always wanted to be a police officer, and it shows, and you've done a great job, Chief. There's a multitude of improvements he has made in this department, but one I want to highlight. As everyone that lives in Dearborn Heights knows, the community is changing. It's become more diverse. And through the chief's leadership, the department has become more diverse. And I think that's a real credit to you. I can't tell you how many people, I think he gave his phone number to all 60,000 residents, because people would tell me, you know, I called Lee and he helped me out, and I'm like, this guy answered everybody's call and was there anytime and every time. I think the one thing that I'm going to miss, Lee, is that those middle of the night phone calls, and a couple times you came to my door and we went to crime scenes, and I always knew if it was your number and it was 2 or 3 or 4 in the morning, it was not going to be good news. But we got through all those situations. And I don't know what kind of gift we're expecting or are planning on giving the chief. I would have recommended a watch, because the one thing I always notice, he was on about a 10 or 15 minute difference from my watch, but we still loved him for that.
And Mayor, they bought me a new one, so I'm all set.
All right, that's what I thought it was the watch. Well, Dan, you're coming in, and we know that we worked out a transition. We knew that we were going to need some leadership changes. The transition is working very well. And being Mayor Dan and Chief Dan, I think we're setting a pattern that if you want to get ahead in Dearborn Heights, you ought to be Daniel, right?
That's a great name.
Yes. But I've known you personally. I know you are also very dedicated to this department. And I know your leadership is going to be excellent, and I'm looking forward to working with you as I did with Lee, and not too much longer we'll be working with Mike here. So congratulations, and I just want to say to all our police officers, you don't know how proud I am of this department and how all of you serve. I brag about you all over the state of Michigan. And it's really the truth. I think we got the best police department in the state.
Thank you, Mayor. I would like to now introduce Chief Gavin. Chief Gavin is a lifelong resident of the city of Dearborn Heights. He began his career with the police department as a cadet in 1980. Chief, if you want to step up here, it's okay. It's about you. He was promoted to the rank of patrol officer in 1982, rank of sergeant in 1995, and then the rank of lieutenant in 1998. In 2002, Chief Gavin then began his tenure in the Administration Division of the Police Department with his promotion to the rank of Captain. He was then promoted to the rank of Deputy Chief in 2000 and finally to his the rank of Chief in 2008. Lee Gavin, current Chief of Police for the City of Dearborn Heights.
Thank you, Deputy Chief Mike. I want to thank everyone out there in the audience. A lot of people. We got all our officers. Mike named our city officials, the mayor, our council people. We got Senator Dave Knisik, Councilwoman Lisa Hicks Clayton, and I saw many others. I want to make a special note too of our fire department. Chief Dave over there has become a good friend of mine. The fire department has our back all the time. So we appreciate you guys, all you do. So today is about Dan. Dan's taken over. I've had my career. It's cold out here, so I'm not going to say too much. I've been talking for the last 10 years. If they didn't listen, well, we'll move forward. So again, all the court people here, they've assisted me, plus our police department on a daily basis. So I want to thank the judges, magistrate, all the court personnel, always helping out our department and supporting me over the years. And I want a special thanks to my mom and dad out there. I was just a young kid when I started. I was 20 years old when I started. So that's going back many years. So they've been there to support me. My dad's my best buddy. Also, I want to make a special acknowledgement of Jeff Sapinko. Where's Jeff? He's in the back. We go back a long ways. Jeff's dad, Captain Sapinko, was my boss back then. So Jeff and Maria, I want to thank you for coming out today, supporting me and your friend Dad. He'll do a good job. So, I probably missed somebody in the crowd. Council buddy, council person Denise, Ray, Tom in the back. So I want to thank everyone. Just everyone has supported me, like the mayor said, over the last 10 years as chief. I hope we get the same support, our community, our officers, to Chief Dan Voltattorni. Dan was an old neighbor of mine years ago. He was a partner when I first started. Known him a long time. And we, now that I'm a resident, we as residents are all in good hands with Chief Dan, his command staff, and the men and women of the Dearborn Heights Police Department. So I just want to thank everyone again for all the support over the years, and let's wish Dan well, and we'll move forward. Thank you.
Chief Gavin, I want to thank you for your service. Your tenure has been fulfilled. Thank you for being a great leader, mentor, and friend. Please enjoy your retirement. Deputy Chief Dan Voltattorni began his career at the police department as a cadet in 1987. I had the distinguished honor of attending the academy with him back in that day, so this does have a special meaning for me. He was promoted to the rank of patrol officer in 1989, rank of sergeant in 2006, the rank of lieutenant in 2012. In 2013, Deputy Chief Voltattorni then began his tenure in the Administration Division of the Police Department with his promotion to the rank of captain. He was then promoted to the rank of Deputy Chief in 2017. It is my honor to now introduce to you your new Chief of Police for the City of Dearborn Heights, Daniel Voltattorni.
One thing you should know about me, I have a dramatic pause. I'll look out there and you may think that, oh my God, I'm seeing more faces than I know. But I have this dramatic pause. I'll look at you with a blank look and like, my mind's running 100 miles an hour and trying to formulate my words. See, actually, this is kind of. UD High. Go Cubs. So, all right. Well, I'm going to give you my remarks first, and then we're going to get sworn in here. So you may see a dramatic pause now and again. Please ignore it. It's not a stroke. So, as our hype man and deputy chief said, I'd like to thank everybody in attendance here. When I was putting my thoughts together on paper, I didn't think it was going to be this large. All these familiar faces throughout my life have appeared here. People I don't even know, thanks for being here. The band. There's all these inside jokes that are running through my head by just looking through the crowd here. So I'm going to try to stick to the script because it's a little chilly out here. So first of all, I'd like to thank all the elected officials. I'm not going to name them because this is the third time we've heard it today. Any other elected officials here? We've talked about our local, the state rep, any other officials here? No hands, we're good. Moving on, representatives of brother law enforcement agencies. Anybody back there? We have what, Plymouth Township? Is that it? Plymouth Township? Anybody else? Who we got? Dearborn? Do them Dearborn? Anybody else? All right, we're moving on through that one. This Justice Center, I'd like to thank everybody over on that side of the building. We do our job, it gets turned over to you guys. You guys do what you think's right with it. We'll play it how it goes. But thank you for doing your job. All right. That's the problem at CC, they don't have long attention spans. All right. Special thanks. Mayor Dan Voltattorni and his department heads and his administrative staff. This plan, the succession plan, would have come forward without their approval, their blessing. He has a lot of people that work behind him that support him. Christina Laszlo and Elizabeth Swoboda Perry, they do an excellent job, and they make the city of Dearborn Heights look good. So, round of applause for them. Thanks for them. Part of this plan included getting buy-in from the Police Supervisors Union. So the Dearborn Heights Police Supervisors Union had entered into a contractual agreement to get plan in place, and that was for 30 months. Without their approval, it never would have happened. So it's an honor to get their endorsement. So Police Supervisors Union, if you were in it when it happened, great. I appreciate that. If you're in it now, we got some work to do over the next 18 months, so we're going to get you guys trained up to take over the city and keep running it the way it should be run. He's cold. That's great. Oh yeah, it's your turn. Chief Gavin. It's been an honor to work with you over my career, providing me many of opportunities to develop myself. I took advantage of those, and hopefully I didn't disappoint too much. You dragged me to many meetings, and I used the dragging to identify people in those meetings, to learn what they're saying, to learn what motivates them, so I could use that to my advantage and to the city's advantage. So I appreciate the opportunity to do that. And on a personal level, you've been a friend, a neighbor, more, a friend who's always there. And as the mayor said, you've given your number to a bunch of people. And that, I think that is, many people say that's your fault. You're too good to too many people. But I see it as a character enhancer. So it's been my honor to work with you for all this time. There's people that I've worked with my entire career. Rode in a police car together, worked in specialty units, was their supervisor. Everything that occurred in those units on the road developed me into the person that I am today. So I want to thank everybody who's worked with me, worked next to me, did anything with me. I appreciate it, and hopefully I don't disappoint you guys. So you have the good angel, and then you have the bad angel over the shoulder. Probably the two most important individuals that had a bearing on my career, Chief Gavin and a guy named Jeff Sapinko. Jeff, if you don't know, our paths cross. I worked for Jeff in some specialty units. We had some good experiences in those units, and if it wasn't for working with him, working with the chief, and everybody else in those units, I wouldn't be the person I am today. And just remember those phone numbers, because those are the people you can blame today for this. So thanks again. My family, probably the three best experiences of my life that I've had, I continue to have, are my wife and two daughters. My wife, she's been with me through the police academy. She got me through the academy. In fact, today would have been 30 years ago. Had a couple more weeks left in the academy, and she was influential in getting me through the academy. As I say today, she makes me look good. I look good in this, but when she's next to me, I look even better. So, thanks for making me look good. Not only dressing me, but all the other things you do to support me. But most importantly, she keeps me grounded, and she reminds me daily that when I'm not in this building, I'm not a deputy chief or the chief. So, and that's more hourly than daily. My daughters, Amanda and Erica, you just make it fun being a dad. You came on some adventures as a little kid when I was working in Dearborn Heights. You can tell those later inside when it's warm. But right now, all I want to do is make sure that I don't fail my wife and two kids, and I try to be an example for them. So hopefully I can do that. Brothers and sisters, first one came from where's Sister Laura. Here, how about this? Sister Laura, she's from Oregon. She's from Oregon all the way down to San Antonio, where she is the mother of number 14 on the San Antonio Spurs, Drew Eubanks. That's my nephew, so, and her son. So, thanks, Nancy. Thanks for being here. She's busy talking with me. It's all right. Brother-in-law Matt and Marie. I know, she's over there. Come, keep me grounded. Marie and my other, my niece and her kids, I appreciate you. Thanks for coming out. Stay warm. And then I have all my non-cop friends. Both of them, again, the things are over here. My non-cop friends, thanks for being here. You guys keep reminding me that I'm only a cop, so there's too many here. I'm wrapping this up, we're getting there. And for the command officers, the sergeants, the officers, the cadets, the dispatchers, the administrative staff, volunteers in the building, I'm grateful for the opportunity to lead you guys. With your support, I think we will make this department a better place to be. We're going to strive to move it forward, being a little more professional. But we don't have a long ways to go to make it more professional. So you guys are doing a great job now. But as we move through this portion of my career here, remember, we're going to do our jobs with professionalism, loyalty, and integrity. So keep that in the back of your mind when you're out there working, dealing with the public. All right. So first of all, there's going to be no big changes to the department. The plan's been in motion. I think it's going well. The mayor seems to be going well. The chief, the retiring chief, says it's going well. The boat's not broken. We're not going to fix it. So, but we are going to make improvements, and it's going to hurt, but we'll get through it. So now we're done.
I'd like to now introduce Judge Mark Bleckie of the 20th District Court to officially swear in Chief Voltattorni.
Good afternoon. Judge Turfey's message from the court is if we were in charge, this would have been indoors. Now, when honoring two individuals who are graduates of Crestwood and U of D High, it's usually a big mistake to give the mic to somebody who's an alumnus of Riverside and Catholic Central. But after 24 years of exchanging insults about our schools, I feel obliged to tell the truth. And since I'm not running for political office, I can tell the truth. It's short and sweet. These are two outstanding public servants, Lee Gavin, Dan Voltattorni, and I am privileged to know them. I'm honored to be a part of this ceremony. So without further ado, I'm going to swear in the new chief. All right, you ready?
Good. Go front.
Let's do it up front.
Front, sir.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Raise your right hand. I, Daniel T. Voltattorni,
I, Daniel T. Voltattorni,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will protect and defend
that I will protect and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
the Charter and ordinances of the City of Dearborn Heights,
the Charter and ordinances of the City of Dearborn Heights,
and will perform the duties of
and will perform the duties of
Dearborn Heights Chief of Police
Dearborn Heights Chief of Police
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Chief Gavin has one more thing for Chief Voltattorni.
I'm gonna call you Dan. So,
All right, Lee.
got a plaque here, make it real quick. So it's presented to Chief Dan Voltattorni, wishing you much success as police chief. And this is from the men and women of the Dearborn Heights Police Department. So, on behalf of me, Chief Voltattorni, we wish you good luck.
Hey, before you leave, Chief, as with your tradition of always giving a plaque to somebody when they retire, you also give them what else?
Business card.
Business card, yeah. Those aren't any good anymore. But you also give them a retirement badge and ID.
There we go. Thank you very much.
My first official act. Thank you.
Retired, finally. Thank you.
Okay, can everybody please stand for the retiring of the colors by the Dearborn Heights Police Honor Guard?
Honor guard, stand up. Hot and put. Put. White. White. Forward. Put.
you all for coming today. Dearborn Heights Police Department inside here has some light refreshments that will conclude our ceremony. Thank you all.
We are at the changing of the guards at the police department today, and we are with Denise Melanowski, who's the chairwoman of our city council here in Dearborn Heights. So what did you think about the ceremony today?
Great ceremony. The weather was a little windy, but very nice ceremony.
So my question is to everybody today, whose idea was it to have it outside?
Well, they have it outside, but I would prefer it to be in the middle of summer.
That would have been nice.
We got to have it like July.
Absolutely. So we're saying goodbye to Chief Lee and saying hello to Chief Dan. So what's your take on all of this, and what are you looking at in the future?
I'm happy for Lee. I went to high school with Lee. We both graduated from Crosswood. So it is the changing of the guard, and it's time for him. He's ready to move on to the next phase of his life.
Well, I know we're going to miss him dearly.
Definitely.
But I also know... Absolutely, and I know Chief Dan's going to do a fabulous job. So thank you very much for sharing some time with us here at the dedication, and let's go enjoy the festivities. Thank you. We're with Corporal Carrie Hatton with the Dearborn Heights Police Department Crime Division, correct?
Correct.
What do you do in terms of preventing crime in our city?
Well, I analyze all the different statistics with the larcenies and breaking and enterings that occur throughout the city, and then try and locate suspects from other cities that might match the description of ones that have occurred in our city.
So CSI kind of thing?
Kind of, sort of. Not as good as TV.
So today we had a dedication for a new police chief, and saying goodbye to Chief Lee. What are your thoughts?
We're definitely going to miss him. He's an outstanding leader for the department for the last 10 years and did a great job. Other than that,
moving forward, hoping for a wonderful transition, and from what I heard from many of the people that we spoke with, the cooperation was great. The transition was going to be easy, and I'm assuming that within the Dearborn Heights Police Department, everybody is just moving forward as usual with minimal changes?
yes, for the most part. Chief Voltattorni has moved up the ranks throughout my entire career, so he's done a great job at every position that he's been in thus far.
Wonderful. Thank you, Corporal, and we appreciate your time and your service to our city.
Thank you.
Mayor Dan Voltattorni has always been at the helm and leading this city in such a positive, energetic way, and today was no different. Mayor, we're losing a police chief, but we're gaining another amazing individual. So, what do you think? And whose idea was it to have it outside today? It was freezing.
It wasn't mine because I kept my coat on. It was and it was too cold out there. But I'm very pleased the transition team, that method that we had worked out with the leadership, Mike Petrie and Dan Voltattorni and Lee Gavin, and also with the unions. And we have been instituting it, and it's been very successful. So we believe that it'll be a good, easy transition, but I think it's going to be difficult to replace Lee Gavin. He was really all over the community, as I indicated to everybody that I think he did give his personal phone number out to everybody. But that kind of response in the community, if you had a problem, Lee was there. So I think Dan's going to operate a little bit differently, but we're very pleased with the fact we've got good leadership, and the people probably won't notice a change, and that's how it should be.
I think you're right, but you're so right. Chief Lee was right there in the community, and he was part of everything. And I remember him telling me, I got this phone call at 1 o'clock in the morning from a citizen, and they needed help. And I go, 1 o'clock? He goes, yeah, I get those phone calls all the time. So definitely dedicated, and definitely someone that we're going to miss. But I'm sure Chief Dan will fill those shoes, but he's got some pretty big shoes to fill.
Yes, and then in about another 18 months, we'll be going through the process again with Mike Petrie, and then Mike will be chief for a while, and then we'll go into the ranks. So this gave us an opportunity because the people below those three individuals have not been with the department as long as the two captains and the chief were. So we needed to get them familiar and acclimated to the department and how it is to be a captain or a chief. And so it really is a good way to transition. I was pleased that the union allowed me to do that, because it is set in the union contract how to fill these positions. But this way, they're getting training, and I'm really pleased.
You've always been strategic in your methods, so I'm not surprised. So
Thank you.
Congratulations, and a new era, but always remembering the old one as well.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
We are with the man of the hour, our new chief, Dan Voltattorni, who will be taking the ranks from Chief Lee Gavin, who has served this city very, very, very well. But congratulations, Chief Dan. We're excited to have you at the Realm, and all the officers look like they're really excited for you to move them forward.
It is a great time to be leading this department. I look forward to the challenges that we face. I don't see anything that we can't overcome. The department is in a great position right now with the leadership that it's had for the last 10 years under Lee Gavin. I just see it just moving forward and becoming more professional, more civic related.
And I think just carrying on that legacy.
That is it. He started many good programs. He's involved in the community. There's no reason why we can't continue doing that.
Also, you know he does a chief chat with us.
Well, I heard something about a chief chat, and I was supposed to make an appearance, but I got called away. But I'm looking forward to doing the chief chat, as long as there's no surprises.
We have it by word and on camera that he's just committed to Chief Chat once again. So we'll look forward to having those wonderful conversations. And it's really about letting the citizens know what's going on and talking about your perspective as well. So we'll look forward to that. And we wish you the best of luck. And we know that Dearborn Heights is in a very great place right now, and safety first. And we're really confident about moving forward.
Thank you. I'll take all the wishes and luck I can get.
I think talent has a lot to do with it. Chief, thank you so much for your service, and we'll look forward to our next Chief Chat very soon.
All right.
Thank you. This is Officer Scott Obrick. He's a retired police officer from Dearborn Heights, and we found him here at the dedication. So we want to get your take. What did you think of the ceremony, and what do you think of the future of Dearborn Heights Police Department?
Well, I think the police department will survive without Chief Gavin. I went to high school with him. We both went up through the ranks together. And I retired last year as a lieutenant, and he's retiring this year. So it's the last of our crew to come through.
Absolutely. Well, it was a beautiful ceremony, and thank you for your service all these years to Dearborn Heights Police Department. And what have you been doing? So what does Chief Lee have to look forward to in retirement?
I bought a house on a lake, and I've been rehabbing that. That's been quite new roof, new septic, new everything. So it's nice. It keeps me busy.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Scott, for your service, and thank you for being here and
I wouldn't miss this at all.
Absolutely, honoring your fellow officers. So thank you so much for being with us. It was great to see you.
Take care.
Thank you. We found Chief Dave Brogan, our fire chief, and he was part of this whole process. So, Chief, how do you feel about the change of the guards, and what's your vision moving forward?
It's exciting. It is. It's kind of a bittersweet, like the mayor said. Lee and I are very, very close. He's a really good friend of mine, and he's also been such an outstanding citizen and employee for the city. For 38 years, he's been dedicated to this city, and I know today was the last time he put on the uniform. He sent me a text as he's doing that. So all those kind of things are kind of, they sink in. It's becoming more and more real. And I'll truly miss Lee, and the whole city will really miss Lee. Having said that, I know Dan too. He's a great guy, and I'm sure his and I relationship will build over time. Like Lee gave me a lot of help when I became chief. you're always kind of part of a shift and part of for firemen, we're part of a shift, and we're not really on our own. And when you become chief, you're not in the union anymore. You're kind of on your own, and that's something that the chiefs have in common. And so, the way Lee helped me, I hope to be able to help Chief Voltattorni and some of the same advice and some of the same stresses that you have as a new chief. And where Lee helped me out, I hope I can offer some of the same advice to Chief Dan.
We operate like a well-oiled machine in Dearborn Heights, and it's because of that thought process and that sense of wanting to help and contribute and work together. And I hope the country takes that as an example.
Well, that would be very nice if they did that for sure. And the police and the fire have such a close relationship, and not every city is like that. And there's something we don't take for granted, and we love our police department, and we have just such a good relationship. I'm looking forward to working with Chief Dan.
Absolutely, and I pinned him down, so he's in for Chief Chat, so get ready.
Yeah, that can't have been our last Chief Chat. We'll have Lee back as a guest, too.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Chief, and thank you for your service as well.
You're welcome. Thank you.
We are here with Marilyn Gavin, the woman responsible for today, as she is Chief Lee Gavin's mom. And thank you so much for bringing up such an amazing, wonderful human being who's really dedicated. Is he the same way at home as we see him here in Dearborn Heights?
Absolutely. And I can't take credit. I have to give 50% to him, because no matter how you train your kids and try to set their morals, if they don't have it, they don't have it. So I give a lot of the credit to him.
We definitely know that. As parents, we all know that very well. You can guide them as much as you can, but they have to have it in them, and he definitely does.
Absolutely, and I've been blessed to have 3 that have turned out wonderful. So
in retirement, has he given you any hints about what he wants to do and how he's going to spend his time? Because we need the inside scoop here.
That's a good question. After being with the police that many years, his life has really been the police department. Being he's not married, he didn't have a family. That was his family, and he enjoyed every minute of it. He was just very dedicated, and he loved his job.
Well, he will always be a part of Dearborn Heights Police Department, and a part of us always. So we're just saying see you later, but I know that he'll be back and he'll be part of us always. And thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
We are with the man of the hour, Chief Lee Gavin, who has led the Dearborn Heights Police Department with integrity, with pride, with commitment, and with passion, and with community first. Chief Lee, you are going to be missed tremendously, but we're hoping that you will still be around in the city, in the police department, and also hopefully be a mainstay on Chief Chat. So you have to come back and visit us.
I'll be around. I want to thank you for always giving me the support, and when we do Chief Chat, me and Chief Dave Brogan, you're always there, you give us the support. So I just want to thank you for all your support over the years, and I want to thank our residents. I've been here for 38 years with the police department. I grew up in this city, I got hired, so it's been a dream come true. Start off and make it to the top position, and to be able to leave, after 38 years on my own terms. When you're at the top, you got to do the right thing every day to stay there. And I want to thank you and the rest of our residents for supporting me over the years. And with our new chief coming in, we got to give him the support, the same support that everyone gave me, and we'll move forward.
Well, I am sure that he's got a huge shoes to fill, but we are all very confident and hopeful that given your leadership, he has gained those tools to move on in a very positive direction. And Chief Chat is something very near and dear to me, because when you have two human beings who really love their community and love what they're doing, it's so easy. And you're the one who has created a very safe environment, a very loving environment in Dearborn Heights, and your legacy will truly, truly live on for years and years to come. But I am hoping that you're still going to be around.
You know, I'd like to stay around the city, so my time at the police department is up. But there's other avenues, other ventures here in the city. I've been talking to the mayor, and we have a lot of department heads leaving and some changes in the city. So we're exploring some options there. So yes, I'd like to stay in the city with my experience. Maybe I can help out in some way. So it'll be up to the mayor. But as a community, I think we're moving forward. We've got great community leaders like you, Siham, and we appreciate that all you do to keep us abreast of the times and what's going on in the community if we're not aware of some, and we're moving forward. But we got to do it as a team. It's not just the police chief or the fire chief when we sit there and chief chat. It's all of us as a team. It's all of our community. All our residents got to get involved, and that's the important thing. We all got to team up together, and we're a great community, and we're going to continue to make it great. A lot of new residents moving in, and that's all great for Dearborn Heights.
And you have set the platform for teamwork. You certainly have, and I'm sure that that's going to continue. Chief Lee, thank you for your service. Thank you for being the individual and human being that you are, and thank you for serving our city with integrity and pride. And we all love you very much, and we wish you the best in your retirement, but we are going to see more of Chief Lee.
Thank you very much. I want to thank you. I want to thank the WHTT staff.
DHT TV.
DHT TV. Yes. See, I've been around a while. We've had some different names there, but I appreciate everyone's support of me, the staff there, and our community. And we're all going to move forward day by day. And that's a little slogan that the union got me a plaque, and that's kind of my saying is day by day. We got to take each day and conquer each day, and we'll move on to the next day. So I want to thank you for all your support.
Thank you, Chief Lee. One day at a time, words of wisdom. And thank you all for joining us on this special edition at WDHT TV.